everyone, welcome in. It is another After Sunset Sunday. Glad you guys are here. I see Susan and Melina and Judy and Pam and Patricia in the chat. And Kathy, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Susie. Glad you're here. Patricia, I haven't seen your name before in my chat, so I am so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. That is absolutely fine, Kathy. She says she's going to be in and out for recording. Absolutely. Hi, Mona. Welcome in. Welcome in. So I am getting some kind of notification on my phone, and I'm going to turn that notification thing off. Sorry. So welcome in, Jennifer. Glad you're here. So I did a little bit of rearranging. Welcome in, Rita. Hi, Shelly. She says, how are you feeling? Good question. Hi, Laura. Glad you're here too. I'm feeling okay. I am definitely tiring faster than what I'm used to tiring. So I do know that I can't overdo. Like, there's just no way to overdo. Welcome in, Christina. So I've taken it easy all day. I did a little bit. I've been working on my quilt frame, getting it a little bit more ready. I've got some parts coming in for it tomorrow, and they'll be really an easy install. And I got my leaders washed, so I've got some things that I was working on earlier today. And the only thing that I've done in here today is I moved a few things around so that I can get to my machine and I don't feel like I'm cramped. I have quite literally felt cramped the last probably half of a month at this point, last 2 weeks. So I'm glad to kind of have that a little bit cleared out. So not everything's cleared out. Like, there's still stuff in places that don't need to have stuff in it. Oh, welcome in, Nana. She says, good evening, all. Doing some binding. Absolutely. But I now have floor space behind me again, which when I move to my new studio space, I'm going to make that a requirement, is that I'm going to keep my floor space open. I've already got some ideas about how I want to organize some things and make it. Yes, you did, Jacqueline. Glad you're here. You did make it to the live. Welcome in, Terry. Glad you're here. Susan finished her purrs and pumpkins yesterday and has been hand quilting this evening. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. I sat out on the patio last night. Welcome in, Katie. Glad you're here. She says hello again. No worries. Glad to see you here. And guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like button for me. Please, please, please. And if you are not a Facebook group member and you want to be, just do !group and Nightbot should give you the link to join the Facebook group. So welcome in, Cynthia. Glad you're here and glad you can chat. I'm so glad you can chat. So, guys, I take scraps. If you have a scrap and you don't know how to use it or you don't know what you want to do with it, I take it. Okay? So, I have no problem taking scraps. Well, in their scraps, I've done some setting up on it, Terry. She's asking if I set it up. Yeah, the quilt frame is set up now. The couple things that I've got going on, I had to order new tracks for it because there was some spacing in the tracks. Welcome in, Linda. Glad you're here. There was some spacing in the tracks. So I just went ahead and contacted Grace and ordered replacement tracks. So I will have complete tracks tomorrow. They are arriving via FedEx tomorrow. And the only problem that I'm having now is I'm having some issues with the software to run the automation, but I'm going to contact Grace Company again tomorrow about that because I have what I need, but I don't have everything I need. And it's just that little hiccup in the matrix that I've got to get fixed. But it's mostly set up. The machine is not on the frame, but I have to have someone lift that for me right now. So I've been waiting, and I'm going to wait until the tracks are in. And then once the tracks are in, then I don't have to lift and move anything else. So then I can have somebody lift the machine onto the frame. So that is literally all that's pending right now. And then the quilt frame will be ready to go. And I will be able to use it manual mode, even if I can't get the automation running. And if I can get the automation running, great. That's fantastic. You know, it's bonus. Oh no, I am not lifting. I am not lifting. I did move the machine, but what I did is I just barely like slid it along the carpet. So like I moved it at its level. So no, I'm not lifting. I'm hoping I'm gonna have automation, Terry. I'm hoping. I have all the parts and pieces. The software is the only hiccup that I'm having. Um, but once I get that worked out, and I'm sure it's not gonna be a big deal, but you know, you never know. You never know until you ask. So I'm gonna contact Grace and see what they tell me and see how painful they want to make it for me. So we're gonna see what happens. Yes, Pam. She says so exciting for you, right? Right. Um, so I've got a lot of quilt tops, guys. So this stack really has not moved at all. I got the last quilt that I got out was a quilt of valor. It is now bound. Welcome in, Rayanne. Glad you're here. I got a quilt of valor out and quilted. And I had some helpers who were so kind, so very, very kind to help me bind. Um, so the two quilts of valor that I had, um, that both were quilted now, have now been bound. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it is very exciting. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Um, so then I can kind of start on this stack. So even if I have to do a manual, I have some quilt tops in here that it's okay for me to practice on. I won't feel offended if I don't do a fantastic job on them because I can practice. So I've got a couple of practice tops in there. Um, Actually got quite a few. And some of them will start going up for sale. So once I start getting through this stack, so this is my stack of quilts that need to be quilted. They're going to go on the bottom of the frame. Once I get the tracks and all that set and get the machine up there, I'm just going to move the entire stack into the quilt area, and they're going to go on the bottom of my frame. I also have four quilts, yeah, four sitting up top that are layered and basted. So I'm going to have to take the basting out because you don't use that on a quilt frame. So I'm gonna have to take some basting stitches out or take some pins out or whatever and load those. And then I've got three quilt tops that are now ready to quilt, but they have no batting. So I haven't layered them with batting yet. So I've got a couple, one, two, three, four. I've got four, 3 or 4 quilts that are quilted and just need to be bound, but they were not rush. There was no rush for them. But so, guys, I accept scraps. I accept scraps from anyone, 100% quilting cotton, or, as much as we can assume that it's 100% quilting cotton. And someone gave me these. So the white is a white on white. Let's see if it will show up on camera. Yeah, just barely. And it's the strips of the same material. So it looks like it was jelly roll strips. And same thing with these. Everything is a 2-4. So it's not like there's just, all kinds of pinks and reds in this. So I counted out and I've got like 21 of these, and I've got like 100 or something of these. So we're gonna play on the design wall for a little bit and see what I can come up with. So, and then if we have time to sew, we'll sew some. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. So As you guys can see, I have cleared out some space so there's not a whole bunch of stuff in the way. So if you guys see anything on like how I'm laying this out, if you guys see anything or see a pattern that I don't see, let me know. I am open to trying new things. Okay. So these are all, I'm assuming, 60-degree triangles. That's kind of what they look like. So I can start, yeah. Well, let's start right about there. That way you guys can see. And I do have a plan. Welcome in, Helen. Glad you're here. I do kind of have a plan for kind of how they're going to go together, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see. That's not the one I want. I want one that's also got a light. I'm trying to remember how I was going to lay these out. Do you ever have that problem where you get started and you don't remember where you were going with something? Because I totally do, and I'm right there right now. And yeah, no, I just dropped one. So I don't want to do the same one in the thing. So do you guys ever just get pieces and parts of quilt blocks and just play like this? Do you ever just want to get pieces and parts of quilt blocks and play like this? Like, I don't know what I would do without the additional creativity boost. Because like it's crazy awesome to be able to add that additional creativity to my life. So I don't know, but I'm thinking about throwing a white one in with each one. And you know what? Should I do dark centers? Should I do all dark centers on this one? And then change the next one to all light centers? Because it looks like it would go together like a hexie. I don't know. What do you guys think? And how are you doing, by the way? How are all of you doing? I know everybody keeps checking on me. But how are you guys doing? We got 38 people and everybody's quiet. All right, let's see. All right, that gives me all dark centers with just this one. And I don't know, you know what? We'll hang out with the ones. We'll hang out with the whites. The darker colors in the center? Okay. So that's what we'll do, is we'll do darker colors in the center on this one. And then we'll do lighter colored centers on the next one. And we can rotate these around because there's a lot with light colors in the centers. Rita says she's doing good. Mona says congrats. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It has been a challenge. And for anybody who has said that I needed to stop drinking Dr. Pepper, you have gotten your wish. I have stopped. I have not had one since the 1st. And I may try one in like a week. But I'm not pushing it. Like, I'm not like dying for it yet. So we'll see how I do. We'll see how long I can maintain that. There's a lot of repeat fabrics in here too. So I don't know if I can do every last one of them with different fabrics. But like those two are the exact same fabric. So we're gonna rotate them around. Judy says that she's doing great. Spent quality time with her granddaughter yesterday. Had her nap today. Life is good. That's fantastic. Rita says poor big puppy has issues, so have to change his food. I do not want him on chemical medicine, but he did not eat the vet, so that was a good thing. Oh yeah, it's very good when they don't eat the vet. The vet kind of needs their arm. It may just need an update, says Mona. Yeah, it might. It's we'll see what Grace Company says. We'll see what kind of answer they give me. And, we're just gonna hope for the best answer. Fingers crossed, right? Cynthia says that she's busy sewing over there. She's fine, just a little overwhelmed trying to get 20 grocery totes made so I can start the April free week. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of totes. That's a lot of totes. When I have a project like that, I chain piece everything, guys. Oh my gosh, I just looked at the camera. This looks so cute, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Pam says, still unpacking and trying to organize. Long arm is almost set up, but like you, I need help getting it onto the frame. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, they put me on a 40 pound weight restriction, and I think that machine is just over that. And by the time I have to lift it as high as I'm going to have to lift it, that's just no. That's way too much for me right now. Pam says, or Rita says, Bet says Baron has hypothyroidism. Oh no, poor thing. Poor thing. Okay, we're not gonna put this in the same position as the last one. Oh, Terry says very pretty. Thank you. Susan says she's really tired. Was up way too late last night. Y'all are telling me I need to get my sleep. Y'all need to get it too. Rayanne says she finished the club friendship quilt blocks and started another quilt today. Oh my gosh. I haven't even started mine. I'm glad we have until September because I have not started. I have not started. Linda says doing good. Clean the house, packing up for her trip. Now binding a quilt while listening to you. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. All right, this one's kind of like I can't tell what the values are up close. So I guess that'll work. It's kind of like the same almost. So we'll make it work. And my puppy just let out a toot and he tinks. Oh, he tinks. Let's see. Where are you going, Linda? If you don't mind me asking. So Terry says 40 pounds is too much, plus lifting from the floor is different than lifting off a table while standing. It is. It is. And like I'm not even going to lift this machine. This machine is lighter than the big machine, but I'm not even going to lift it. So when I go Wednesday and go sew, I've already told my husband that he's on lifting duty so that I don't have to. So yeah, that's already in the plans because no, I'm not going to. Susie says that her dog is just uh, oh, double ACL and meniscus removal, but he's doing well. That's fantastic news that he's doing well. All those kinds of surgeries and such, guys, it's just crazy. Just crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, this one's close. I could not put it in this one, but I could put it in this one and swap. That will work. And that way they're not identical right next to each other. I think that's the way we're going to do this. And I don't know how many rows I've got. So we're just going to see what I end up with. And I'm not going to put any of the white triangles at the outside yet. I'm going to do the, we're going to start coming back. So I'm going to bring the chair over. And I'm going to scoot the puppy a little bit. Let's see. Linda says New York and Niagara Falls. Oh, fantastic. I would love to go have that kind of trip. Pam says after her surgeries, it was 20 pounds limit. Yeah, I've had surgeries where it's been no lifting at all. So I'm kind of glad I do have a weight limit, but you had to finish loading your father's pillboxes, and there's a lot. Oh, I bet, Laura. I bet. So I don't want to just have a row of hexagons straight down the quilt. So I figure if I offset them, I can figure out what the borders are going to look like. And if I need to cut more fabric to go into this, then that's what we'll do. Because I have some kind of fabrics that would work. And we'll just see what I have to do to make it happen. You still have a 10-pound limit. Oh, Laura. Good gravy. Aw, Susan was at Niagara Falls last summer. Oh, fantastic. I would love to get up to Yellowstone this year and go just, drive around Yellowstone. I haven't been up there yet. We haven't actually gone into Yellowstone. We've been near, but we haven't gone in yet. Um, but it just kind of depends on everything else and seeing how things go and all that. I forgot how much reaching hurts, guys. This is not gonna harm me in any way, but oh my goodness. Reaching. um, so I have looked at what I want to do for my design wall when I move out there. You had cataract surgery and on no lifting over 10 pounds and no bending. Can't wait to wash my hair. Oh my gosh, I bet. Um, that dry shampoo works wonders. Um, Dry shampoo works amazing, but it still doesn't feel as good as an actual wash. 40 pounds is too much, especially this soon out of abdominal surgery, whether it's laparoscopic or not. That's what they told me, but I'm still not lifting even that. Like I'm not pushing it, guys. If there is a way for me not to lift, I don't lift. Um, so I haven't been lifting anything, heavier than like picking up a shirt off the floor or something like that. Like I have not been doing it. So I've been watching it. I just haven't but that's the official limit is doing, you know, that weightlifting. All right, I got to get one more in here and I think that will work. No, no, that's well, kind of. Yeah, I guess kind of. It's not ideal, but it'll work for now. You should see the Cody Museum if you haven't. I have not seen that. My husband has, but I have not seen that. Now we do have a trip to Du Bois for Memorial Day weekend, so we will be going there then. Um, so I don't know what we'll see then, or what I will get to see in Du Bois. They've got it's a museum of military vehicles, and that's what we're gonna go see while we're there. But there's other things we can see while we're there. Like that's not the only thing we can go see. Um, I am looking forward to it though. I will say that much. I desperately need the road trip. I am a road trip person. Terry says that's fine as long as you can see the hexes, and you can. Yes, I can. I can definitely see them. And you'll be able to see them once it's all put together pretty easily because the white is giving you that place to rest your eye, which is kind of a necessity when you're talking like these kinds of prints and such. There are some very, very bold prints in here. Oh, I forgot there's a whole stack of these ones. They're like this one colorway. So I need to start working them in. I kind of forgot. There's like a whole bunch that are the same exact like color and fabrics, and so I got to start working them in. Oh my goodness. But this is kind of the fun part of this. Du Bois is great. Yes, it is, Susie. Um, it's just something random. Um, so Cynthia, I always accept scraps. And so somebody gave me these as part of the scraps that they gave me. Take your wheelchair to museum in Cody. Yes, there is lots of walking, but they do have those scooters, but I didn't have my wheelchair when I went last time, but I will definitely have it this time with me. I will not go again without it because it is definitely worth having at the museum. Because then I can fit in much smaller places, and if I back up, I don't have that loud beeping. Oh, I hate the beeping. I hate the beeping. Thank you, Susan. She says, loving those hexagons, right? I mean, this is the only thing I can think of to do with these. I don't know if this was the original plan, and whoever had them just decided that they didn't want to do that anymore. Maybe that's what the deal is. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain one bit about having more projects. Is this my newest project creation? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Patricia said, yes, me too. Oh, the beeping. Oh my gosh, the beeping. Oh, it is the bane of my existence to have that beep go off when you're backing up. And I know it's there as a safety feature, especially on those big scooters and when everybody's driving them. You know, there's a lot of different people driving them. It's kind of an important deal to have that, but I still don't like it. Thank you, Helen. She says beautiful blocks. Thank you. And this is just from some scraps. I mean, guys, this is just something that somebody handed me, and they're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so here, you have it. You like scraps? So here's you a stack of scraps. Like, that is perfectly fine. I don't even remember who handed it to me. Oh, fantastic, Laura. She says she loves the colors. Red is her favorite color. Oh, that's a good question. What is your favorite color, guys? What do you have a favorite color? And if so, what is that favorite color? Do you have like a color you don't like? I mean, you guys know mine. You guys know me. I'm not a big yellow fan. I'm not a big fan of yellow at all. But I will use it on occasion. But my favorite color is purple. Terry's is green. Oh, well, that makes sense. Your little icon is green with the sewing machine on it. That's fantastic. So you get to see it all the time. Patricia's is purple. Yay! You're my sister now. And Susie is also purple. Fantastic. I got some good sisters out there. Susan says hers is blue. My husband's is blue. Cynthia says hers is also green. Yay. I do have some beautiful green fabrics. Purples and greens tend to go well together. Jennifer likes blue. Yep, that's my husband's color. Terry says she likes green with purples and teals with purple, but green is her favorite. Oh, yeah, Cynthia, I'm with you. She says that she loves yellow but can't wear the color. I can't wear yellow. I cannot wear yellow. Pam's favorite is red. Rita says that she doesn't really have a favorite color. She likes all of them for the most part, although I do have a like for the neon color. I would have betted that you would be the neon person. I would have betted you would be the neon person. There's always one in every crowd. Laura says it's funny because she probably has more blue fabric in her stash, but she tends to wear a lot of red and has plans for a red and white quilt. You guys, did you see? It's Kennedy. Yeah, you guys were there for the last show and tell. It's Kennedy's red and white quilt. It's gorgeous. Terry says she doesn't like yellow either. Fantastic. I won't send you any yellow if you don't send me any. No, I'm just kidding. You can send me yellow. I will work with it. I will work with it. It's just not something I buy. I mean, I really have to be wanting to do a project in order to be willing to buy yellow. All right, that one I'm kind of running out of spaces for. This one I can't put in just yet. I don't think. Oh, I can do that. We're gonna swap out hexie or swap out triangles and just put them in place. Rust is Nanette's favorite color and purple is her husband's. Oh, those go well together too. And I could see you with rust. I could see you as that having that color. Terry says she's gonna make a black and white quilt just have to decide on a pattern. I am making a black and white and red quilt with the 365 quilt. And I will get back to it. I just need to take a break. Just need to take a little bit of a break. I finally got those cows done, guys. The cows for Fab Farm. I thought they were gonna kick my butt. Laura says yellow is not my favorite, but with blue in a quilt, it can look pretty as long as it's a softer shade. Yeah, I have seen a lot of pretty yellow and blue quilts. It's still not my favorite. I'm a hard sell for yellow. Like that is just so hard for me to think about using. All right. Starting to run out of room too. So we may have to expand sideways or up or something. I may expand up, thinking that's what, or sideways rather. Nanette says she likes rust as well, and she likes burgundy. I do like burgundy. I like a good burgundy. I don't use it very often, but I do like it. I've made a couple of very beautiful quilts with burgundy and cream. They come out really pretty. They come out really, really pretty. All right, we're going to put this one down here. And, oh, you guys can't see that one because the mic is in the way. I'm sorry. We will just fix that problem right now. Now you guys can see it. Laura, sometimes you and I think so much alike, similar age too, so sewing sisters, absolutely, Pam. Absolutely. All right, I think I'm taxed on that one for the moment. Can't put that, well, might be able to fit that one in that one. Let's see what else I got. I'm looking for a light center, dark outer, and I'm not coming across a lot. That's what I'm waiting for this hexie right, or this, that round right there. Let's see. I should have separated all these, but I didn't know what I was going to do. Cynthia says the grocery totes she's sewing at this very moment are blue and yellow. I want to keep them because they're so pretty. Oh, fantastic. Well, you ought to make one for yourself while you're at it. Linda says, I love all colors. The one I am sewing now is very bright colors. Now, I have nothing against a very bright quilt. I don't. I do like a very bright quilt. But it can sometimes be hard when you're combining a lot of different colors because you think about whether or not you can put this color right next to that color, and if it's too bold, and yada yada yada, all that kind of mess. There's all that kind of that noise going on in my head when I do stuff like that. Oh, this is that. They kind of read the same. Let's see, I like dark jewel tones. I kind of am that way too, Terry. I do like the jewel tones. I am a jewel tone gal. I do have a purple batik quilt that once I finish getting everything cut, we're going to start pulling that out too. So you guys will get to start seeing that soon. I do need to get back on temperature rings and working on my 2025 temperature rings because I have not done anything since, I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to look at when the last thing I did on it was. Susan says, just marked a couple more quilting lines, so back to hand quilting. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so now I am actually out. This is the last white that I have. So we're going to see what hexies I can fit in here. Sir, I need you to move, please. Sir, up, move. Thank you. Had to get the puppy out of the way. As you guys see the tail. So he's going to lay closer to the computer. Oh yeah, Susan. She says she loves bright colors, but they do need to be calmed down in my quilts. Yeah, I can understand that. I really can. Now I can do. I'm looking at all the comments, seeing if I missed. Oh, very cool. Black and white. Oh, they can be very striking. You absolutely are right. Ooh, good point, Kathy. She says, Terry, you must like cave fabrics. She saw a fabulous line at Stitch in Heaven this weekend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am going to be doing some half hexies. I knew I was going to end up with some of those. But I also have to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do because this is really not that big. This is not as big as I was hoping for. Shocker, shocker. I was not hoping for it to be this small. But that's okay. It's going to be what it's going to be. Oh, she does. Yes, Karen. She says Rayanne makes bright quilts. She does sometimes. She does. And ooh, Judy likes Tim Holtz fabric. And Susan loves Kay fabrics. I am not a huge Kay fan. It's not that I don't like his fabrics, it's just you have to know how you want to use them sometimes, and that can be a mental block for me. Like, I can really get stuck with some Kay fabric. Kay is definitely one I can get stuck with. All right. Can't go any further really with unless I'm just finishing out this one. So we're going to add one over here or some halves over here. And I may just have to cut some fabrics that I sew into strips like that. That may just be what I do to make some stuff to go in and to fill in. My dog is determined, guys, to be in the way tonight. He has been nothing but a challenge all day. And now he is determined to be in the way. I think they are jelly rolls. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Doing a whole move of any move of sewing property takes a little bit. Takes a little bit. Okay. I think that's really all I can put up here without having a lot of extra white. Oh, very cool. Kathy says she's drawn to the Sweetwater Bunny Hill designs in Lila Boutique. Oh, that's wild colors, Ray. And she says she's working on one now that's yellow, orange, green, and navy blue. Pam says she loves Cave too, but she has yet to do a quilt with it. Same with Tula and Jen Kingwell. Yeah, some of those lines are just really, really hard to work with. They just really are. So I wonder, because I don't have any of this exact fabric, so what I'm going to have to do is get some white on white, cut it into jelly roll strips, sew them together so I give that same effect as all these others, and I'm going to have to intermix this. So I don't think I can even sew any of this tonight because I don't have a way to finish it out. So, I think that's what I'll do is I will look through my supplies and see what fabric I can cut some 2.5-inch strips out of and go from there. So this is the start. So it kind of looks Valentine's-y, doesn't it? I don't have that many don't have that many triangles left. So, I mean, I could fill out the rest with just triangles and just lose the white. But I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that. So I did bring another project out. I do have that. You just ordered a Vegas strip of Riley Blake, Patriotic. Might be what I used to make the April quilt. I can't wait to receive it. Oh, fantastic. Vegas strips. Those are 5-inch strips. Is that what the Vegas strips are? Is the 5-inch strips? Laura says her husband wanted her to build a she shed, or wanted to build a she shed. We have 1,300 square feet in the basement that is only used for holidays for the kids. I'm taking half but leaving my current room for fabric. Yeah, so I would love. Oh, fantastic, Judy. She says she's going to post for show and tell soon. Is 2 lap quilts ready for the long arm made from Tim Holtz line. Oh, cool, cool. I tend to go towards. Oh, hi, Ollie. Reminds me of cherry blossoms. It does. Oh my gosh, it does. You know what? This may be a quilt that I expand on a little bit. So even though this is the last of the scrap, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of these left. That's all I've got left. What I may do is I may scour my stash and I may see about pulling out any 2.5 inch or pulling out any red and pinks that I can, and I may expand on this. So that may be what we do. Susan says her summer moon has a lot of Cave, Tula, Moda. Moda grunge is the background, and lap size she'll be making will have a 6-inch border using Cave. Oh, fantastic. So the other project, let me grab it real quick. Do you guys remember when I was doing the arrow project? Laura says, Tammy, do you think this will eventually be a quilt for sale? Oh yeah, absolutely. That is definitely going to be a quilt for sale. I love how bright and cheerful it is, and it's perfect. So once I eventually get it done, if you want a specific size, Susan, or if you want a specific size, Laura, send me an email with what size you want this, and I'll collaborate with you. Vegas strips are 6.5 by width of fabric. Okay. That's an odd size. That's a really odd size. Okay. So this was the other free to me project, guys. And I don't know if you guys remember the arrow project. If you remember the arrow project, let me know. You're fine. No, I caught it. I caught it. So I had a whole bunch of these strip sets sewn that were kind of triangle shaped, and then I had black fabric that was also triangle shaped, and it was all in the same box. And then I had some pieces that were attached to more black. And what I found when I was laying it on the design wall, and you guys helped me see it, is that it would make a very beautiful arrow. Oh, I have no idea. So each of these panels is 30 inches wide. So it's about 30 by, with what I have right now, it's like 30 inches by 40. So it's like a play mat or a wall hanging. It is not that big at all right now. But if I need to make it a lot bigger, I will absolutely do that. Oh, absolutely, Kathy. Get some rest. I will see you on Thursday because we're doing Thursday. We're doing Thursday. I am so ready. Haven't got anything cut out yet. But definitely doing that. Cynthia says, so yes, jelly roll. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Gosh, all these idioms that we come up with from years and years ago. So what I've got started on this is that I have figured out how many triangle units I need. So what everything else is going into becoming, let me see if I've got one in here. I do. I have several. So what I found from, these are from Stash, guys. These are from a free to me project, okay? So somebody had started them, and so like this is one of them. So it's got 2 different batik fabrics, and then it's got this black triangle, and this largest size I could get out of these was 3.5 inches. So everything is getting trimmed to 3.5 inches. So what I started doing is I started putting strip sets together and then cutting them into 4-inch squares, something like that. I don't know. Let me measure real quick. I can tell you. I have a ruler. Aw. Yeah, I bet Kathy did have fun at her retreat. It looked like she was going to have a blast. All right. Oh, that ruler's not even big enough. I have my other ruler. I have 2. Okay. These are cut at, yep, okay. So this is 2.5 inch wide strips. These are both batiks, and they're cut at 4-inch squares. So I have a whole stack of them that are going to get sewn together and make into half square triangles. So I have a lot ready to just cut and just start cutting some 4-inch squares so I can cut some rectangle. Do some uh, do some of the half square rectangles or half square triangles. But I was cleaning. I was cleaning, guys. I was cleaning. This is before I got sick, so don't shoot me for it. But I had an entire stack of jelly roll strips that are batiks. And are they all the same length? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't remember when I got these. They're probably Tonga treats. Oh yeah, Laura. She says that she would love to one day go to a retreat. So I am looking at seeing if I can get one set up for here for Casper for September. So the goal right now is to see if we can get it set up and get it going so we can actually have a retreat here. So as soon as I have more information, I'll let you guys know. But I would love to set up a retreat here so I can come hang out with you guys. If you guys want me to teach something at the retreat, that can be part of what we set up. There's lovely vendors in the area that would love to come sell you their fabrics and sell you their wares, and I would absolutely coordinate with them. So we're gonna see what I can set up. So this batik strip wasn't really that long, so I'm adding to it. I'll bring that one up. Seriously need someone to help me organize my fabric. I wasn't able to sew for a while, but I didn't stop buying. Oh yeah. So when I decided I was moving into this room, or moving back into this room, rather, let's put it that way, back into this room, I went through and decided that I was going to get those comic book boards and the magazine boards in order to be able to organize all my fabric, and that has been a absolute lifesaver. Because now, I can easily see what everything is. And then I've got spaces for kits and other things. And I need to work on that a little bit, but when I move back out to the studio space that I'm going to have in the living room, what is currently the living room, we're definitely going that route. Laura says, a retreat sounds wonderful. Absolutely. Susan says she would love a retreat too. Couldn't make it to the most recent guild retreat. Was kind of glad. There's a lightning storm. I really do not like those kind of storms after a house was struck when I was 4. Oh, I understand that. I can understand. So the nice thing with this, because this is a free to me project, and I just started it from whatever I had, and I've cut some of my own batik fabrics to add into this because it wasn't enough fabrics to make it large enough for what I wanted. So now it's just down to however I want to combine it. Like, there's no rules. You can just, there's absolutely no rules. Right now I'm combining a light and a dark. And when I go to cut the squares out, I will make sure that I pair these with things that I think it would look good with. Linda has never been to a retreat. I have never been to one that is an official retreat per se. I kind of consider Quilt Wyoming to be kind of like a retreat. So Quilt Wyoming, I went last year. This year is in June. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to make it this year. Just because I would need to be able to pay for it right now, and with the expenses from emergency surgery, that kind of puts it out of the limit. By the way, guys, I am going to do a giveaway starting in March. So keep your eyes open for that. And I did not get the retreat thing posted. Okay. Thought mine was official. Let's see. Okay, so the Zoom retreat is, yes. The virtual retreat, absolutely, it is official. We are gonna have it. I just haven't put the sign up link out, guys. I haven't put it out. So by Tuesday, let me make myself a note. Where did I put my calendar? There it is. Okay. So by Tuesday, I need to have the retreat link out. I am so sorry that I've been behind on that, guys. But we are going to fix that. Retreat sign up link. So by Tuesday night's live, I will have this retreat sign up link, guys. So I apologize. I mean, I even have stuff on my calendar, but I haven't even moved anything yet. What was that? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't moved anything yet because of my surgery. So yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Oh, Laura says she's never been to a retreat. It's definitely on her bucket list. Yeah, so the virtual retreat is April 26th and 27th. So Saturday and Sunday. It will run all night, but I may not be on it all night. I am giving myself grace, Laura. I am. I'm not mad at myself that I didn't make it. I just realized that, oops, I kind of need to. I mean, I'm kind of proud of myself. I have gotten the cows done with taking all this time off. I got the cows done, all 4 of them. Kept thinking I was losing pieces left and right because I can't read apparently. And then let's see, what else have I done? I got the quilt frame like mostly set up, so I'm just waiting on those last little bits to, you know, the things to arrive tomorrow so I can finish it. Like I go, you know, like call that, you know, done. And I've got to fix the leaders a little bit because, you know, canvas doesn't always stay square, so I want to square it up a little bit. And I've got little leader things to put on it. I'm so excited about those. Sometimes we are hard on ourselves. Yeah, I know. I'm very hard on myself. I know I am. I give. I am definitely hard on myself. I think this was a jelly roll I purchased. They're so pretty, guys. They're so pretty. Look at those little Baptist fan looking designs. It's just, it is so subtle, but it's so pretty. And then it like, it's not a, it's like an, it's not an ombre, but it's like a fade out. It's really kind of cool. Let's see. Oh yes. Cynthia says she's never been to a virtual retreat or a retreat other than the last virtual one. It was so fun. Yes, it was. I love doing that for you guys. That it is fantastic to be able to do that. Oh, you're fine, Kathy. She says, sorry, I'm late. You're not late. I'm still live. You're not late. Nanette says that she loves the color. Which one? The one with the Baptist fans or the this stripy one? I love these batiks because I don't have to pick. The frame is 10 feet. So I don't know how far my quilting space is yet. So I'm going to have to look and see how far, but I have to wait until the machine can be on the frame. So once the machine is on the frame, I can then tell you exactly how far down I can quilt. I can load a total of 120 inches wide on that. It's just I won't be able to quilt all 120 inches. I fell Friday. Oh no! Yes, that I do know how that stinks. Oh, you love the Baptist fan fabric. Yeah, it is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Oh, fantastic, Susan. She said that yesterday she participated in So Becca's Zoom retreat. That's fantastic. I think Becca does like the breakout rooms and such. And I haven't set that up yet. We haven't needed to set that up yet. I think the most we've had on screen at any time during any of my retreats to date has been 8 people. But if we start getting, more people in and we need to mute or breakout rooms or something, we'll absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. I hope you feel better soon, Kathy. That's bad to have your back hurting like that. And your right knees and right ankle. Ugh. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. We're not supposed to be falling. Falling is not part of it. So, I've told you guys, and this is just us chatting. This is just me, my personality, and who I am. One of the things that made me giggle when I was going in for surgery is somebody complimented me on my nail polish. Now, it wasn't perfect to my standards, but as far as they knew, my nails looked fine. Oh yeah, absolutely, Brian. So they complimented my nail polish, which I thought was so fantastic. It was so sweet of them, and just made my day. Made me feel so much prettier, even though I was so ill and felt so awful. It just made me feel pretty. And so that nail polish had to come off because it was chipped badly and I needed to redo it. So I redid it, and the color, guys, is like this teal. My camera won't, there we go. My camera finally focused. So it's this little teal color. Like just a flat color, nothing like super fancy in it. I thought there was glitter in it, and there's not, but that's okay. So I painted my nails this color. And then I went to the post office. Oh, absolutely, Patricia. Sleep well. She says she's off to bed. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you. I will try. You do the same. So I had to take the pink and the pink glitter off. And so the next nail polish color I decided to put on was this teal. I go to the post office, and my post office that I use has they like go away from the counter, and then there's a little bell on the counter so you can ring the bell, like a little tap and the bell sound, that kind of bell, not like a pick up and shake bell. It's just a tap bell. And guys, my teal nail polish matched the bell perfectly. And then later on, I was hanging out doing something, I don't remember what, but I had a hoodie on that my husband had bought for me, and it's the one with the gnomes, and it says I smell fabric. I think that's what it was. I think it says I smell fabric. And I'm sitting there, and I go like this, and I happen to look down for some reason. I don't remember what. Maybe I thought I dropped something on myself, but because we were at a restaurant, and I looked down, and my nails matched the gnome I had on the gnome. So like this nail polish matches a whole bunch of things out in the world and out in my little world, and it tickled me so much. Oh yeah, absolutely. Laura, yeah, Kathy, don't write it out too long. Get yourself checked out, make sure nothing's broken. Us women, we can put up with some pain. Let me tell you, we can put up with some pain. So don't put up with too much. Get yourself checked out. Make sure everything is hunky-dory and it is just bruising and tissue soreness and all of that. Trying to plug in a cord, slipped and tried to stop myself with the chair swivel. So, ow! Yeah, I will not be trying to do that anytime soon. Thank you for the warning. I will not be doing that anytime soon. I cannot wait to show you guys the quilt frame and show me quilting in action on that quilt frame. It'll be loud, so I won't be able to like do audio with it, I don't think. But I can do like a voiceover or something like that. So all I'm doing with these, and and so it's not super important, so like it doesn't matter. But all I am doing is, oh, they fell down the handle. That's fantastic. All I'm doing is just sewing strips together, and then when I go to press them, if they're not 100% straight, this project, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. As long as they are attached to each other and they're not coming unattached, the rest doesn't matter. This one's pretty. This one makes me think tropical. It's so dark, but it's gives those tropical vibes. Oh, I love this strip. And I am pairing it, of all things, with a pink with polka dots. It's more, you know, more less random looking, I guess. Doesn't look super random. So once I get these done, like once I get the whole stack done, all I will do, and I have a whole bunch over here. Cynthia says that's pretty. I know, right? I'm so happy to work with pretty fabrics. I needed this. So the strips that I've already got done, all I did with them, like, I mean, guys, I have a stack, but these aren't any of these colors, so I don't want to accidentally not mix them in. So I just pressed all the seams to one side. And Laura, if you recognize something, you are not seeing things. So that's up to you, Laura, if you recognize it. Nanette says child's play, right? And what's really crazy is every time I tell someone, what are my favorite fabrics, and designer, color, and company. Okay, so I don't know on current designers. I really do tend to like a lot of what Moda puts out, and I tend to have really good luck with what Benartex puts out. So as a company, I tend to gravitate towards Moda and Benartex, and I do also tend to go for boutiques. It is, Laura. Absolutely, it is that fabric. I knew you might recognize it. The quilt that she won, guys, last October, that purple batik that I was showing, that is in her quilt. I still had some of it left over. And I may still be finding a little bit of it for a while. Both have good fabric and designers. They do. Cynthia says that she likes Moda too. Yeah, Moda has a good hand to it usually. Like, it feels good. Now, if I could afford fabric right now, I would totally be buying Sherry and Chelsea fabrics. Oh, that's so fantastic, Laura. She says she can't tell me how much she treasures the quilt that she won. I'm so glad. I'm so very glad. That was the whole idea behind doing Sew and Tell, is being able to, not only for me to make something that somebody else would end up treasuring, but for me to be able to put something out there into the universe that it keeps on giving. Like, it just absolutely keeps on giving. And that was kind of the idea behind Sew and Tell. Because not only are you guys sharing with me and sharing your projects and sharing what you're working on and sharing your inspiration, you are inspiring me. And there's no better way for me to reward you than for me to make a quilt just for you. Now, Laura, I didn't make that one just for you, but you did win it. that one was a pre-made. That was the first ever Sew and Tell giveaway quilt. But yeah, so Linda's is on its way to her. I guess I just need to check the tracking, see how long it's going to take to get there. Kathy says she's making a puzzle mystery quilt called Starling from Cotton Cuts. It's Robert Hoffman purples and blue batik. It's very pretty. Yes. So Timeless Treasures makes a good selection of batiks, and I really do gravitate towards some of theirs. Like, I bet you this is Tonga Treat. I mean, like, hands down, I bet you it is. Now, this is not. I can tell you. Well, I take that back. It might be. It might be, but I don't know what collection it's from. Like, I have no idea. But if there's Tonga Treats or Tonga, Timeless Treasures batiks, hands down, I will absolutely pick them up. I will hoard them. That is like my fabric to hoard. Yes, Timeless Treasures. Yes, Terry. Yes. I love their batiks. They're consistent. I really love their consistency. Let's see. Linda says, love Sherry and Chelsea's fabrics. I have 2 of their lines of fabrics. I also love Lori Holt fabrics. I would love to get my hands on some Sherry and Chelsea. I just have not gotten that opportunity yet. And I'm not going to say I'm just dying for it, but I really would. That would be my giddy fabric for a little bit. It's whatever I got out of Sherry and Chelsea's lines. Pam says her most cherished quilts are gifts. Cherished gifts are 2 that she received from another quilter. One from Mom and Pop. Oh, yes, I bet you are excited. I got my quilt block from Laura Lynn, and I'm still like giddy about it. I still have no idea what I'm gonna do. No idea. They look like it. Yes, they do. Well, okay, so the polka dot ones look like Timeless Treasures as well. They might be. They might be. I would not be surprised because I do tend to buy that. Like, that is kind of a go-to for me. Like, we went into the Batik Barn at Missouri Star, and I went and told my husband, I was like, okay, anything in this building that you want to buy me, I will not complain. And if you want specifics, go for these. And like pointed them out. I didn't get any, but that's okay. I got enough of other stuff that I didn't really need these right then, so it was fine. I think I love it even more because it came pre-loved. I collect antique and vintage quilts that are pre-loved, and they mean so much to me that they have been loved for so long. Absolutely. Yeah, that quilt got made, and then I paid to have it quilted. And then it took me another 3 years to bind it because I just kept putting it off. I don't know why, but I just kept putting it off. Absolutely. And we had some beautiful weather last week or so, and like 70-degree days, like 70, 75. And it's gonna snow Friday. It's gonna snow Thursday or Friday. Oh, I don't want to put this in there now. I like this one. I like this one so much. This looks like, okay. Went to Missouri Star Quilt Company, couldn't get through them and went, oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot at Missouri Star. And I mean, I'd never been there, so we wanted to go. So do you guys ever watch when they're doing the decorating of like the eggs, or they're painting on eggs, or they're painting on ornament balls, or oh gosh, just these globes or whatever, and they're doing like either paint or glue, and they're just dabbing it on there into all these intricate patterns, and they're doing like a mandala or something, and they start in the center and they start working their way out. This makes me think of that like so much. Oh, I love this one. I have another strip of it, but it's going in here too. I'm going to put it all in here. It's just going to go. I'm not going to hold back. And if I have leftovers, these might be the ones that are left over. Kathy says that she's an addict of fabric. Like so many different kinds, quality of fabric can really vary. It definitely can. It definitely can. So one of the things that I have started this year specifically is stash busting. Um, so the first pattern this year, the first freebie pattern, was charm squares, which are really easy to cut from your stash, cut from your scrap. The second one is going to be coming up, and that is also good to cut from your stash. Check my community tab post for the April freebie quilt pattern, or April freebie quilt instructions for what you need to pre-cut if you're going to make the whole quilt, and it should come out 60 by 80 thereabouts. But that's going to be the next one, and that is a scrap busting quilt because you're using a lot of smaller scraps in it. And then the next one is going to be layer cake busting, so it's going to be 10-inch squares. So we're gonna bust through some layer cakes, and then in August we're going to bust through some strips. So it won't be this exact. And see, guys, I do work with yellow. Just saying. Oh, this is a half strip, so I don't need a full something or other to go with it. So we'll pair these half strips with half strips. I haven't played with any art gallery fabrics yet. I need to get a hold of some. Nanette says she loves the feel of art gallery fabrics. I haven't played with them yet. Types of fabrics that are the best. Cotton. Just 100% cotton. I am not a quilt. I am not a snob. I am not a fabric snob. So, like, I don't necessarily have to have the latest, greatest, best, and brightest. I just, as long as it is 100% cotton, then I don't have to worry about it shrinking or stretching differently than my other fabrics. So, when you start having the ones that shrink and stretch differently than others, that's because there's some kind of other fiber content usually, or it's the quality of the cotton. But as long as you stick with 100% cotton, I'm good with that. Tammy, I have a double wedding ring quilt circa 1920s. I had it hand quilted by a guild circa 1980s. I have yet to bind it. The goal is by the end of the year, hand binding. It will be a century in the making. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Century plus 5 if it is this year. That is a good goal for this year. That is a very good goal. I have one that needs to finish being ripped apart. The quilting that was originally done, I did by embroidery machine. And I did a really crappy job on it. And the quilt top itself is starting to fall apart because the applique I did was pretty poor work. I didn't know really what I was doing at the time. So I'm not mad at myself for it, but it's still just, it's not pretty. It's not very pretty at all. But once that one is ripped, then that one will go on my frame and I will re-quilt it once I fix all the things that need to be fixed. And it's a Sunbonnet Sue. Laura says she loves art gallery fabrics. They are so soft. Yeah. Everybody's amazed at the quilt, the century in the making. Yes. So I have been given the task of quilting a quilt for someone. And they provided a sheet for the backing. And they provided velveteen. The quilt top is made with velveteen. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tackle it yet. That one's going to be a long time in the making too. The original person who made it does not have any way to finish it. So I've been tasked with finishing it. So we're going to see what happens. We're just going to see what I can come up with and how I feel about quilting it and how I think it will handle just all of it. We're just going to have to play with it. I think I'm going to have to pull it out and like steam it to get all the wrinkles out because it's folded up in a bag right now. Thankfully there's no like rush timeline on it, but I do kind of want to hurry to get it done soon so that they're not waiting on me. Let's see, I had a lady give me a quilt that is now 118 years old. Oh, hoping to hand quilt it in one day. Oh my goodness. Go see Dad. He's just over here passed out listening to me talk. And Dad's over there calling him and he's not responding. Oh, gotta love it. Kathy says, oh my, I don't think I could manage velveteen. Best of luck. Yeah, if I didn't have the frame, it would be a lot harder. I think with having the frame, it's going to make it a little bit more manageable. But it now has its home on the bottom part of the frame. Like the bag is sitting on the bottom of part of the frame. So that maybe when I go to get ready to do it, you know, like I won't like delay on doing it. Like I will pull it out with intention of doing it. My BFF was going to send the quilt top to Goodwill. Her great grandmother made it. I was heartbroken that she didn't want to keep it. I asked if I could pay her for it, and she said just, oh, that's one way to do it. Just take it. I also have a yo-yo top that one of my sister-in-laws wants me to do something with, and I have not even started on it yet. I have a couple of my mom pieced prior to 2011. I've yet to be brave enough to long arm them. My grandma left me some blocks. I haven't assembled them yet either. Gotta get motivated. Yeah, motivation is the hard part to find. Just saying. Velveteen is like a thin version of Cuddle. It's more like a stiff version of velvet. It's kind of like vinyl and velvet put together is the best words that I can say for Velveteen. It's kind of like that stiff. I mean, it's stiff. It's not, and it's heavy. Oh my gosh, it is so heavy. But like I could see using Velveteen for a costume cape or for a dress maybe, like kind of like that taffeta feeling or the stiff taffeta feeling. It's kind of like that. Good night, Judy. Thank you for hanging out with us for so long. I appreciate it. You have a good night and sleep well. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. How far ago? I didn't run out of bobbin that long ago. Okay, so we're not too bad. We're not too bad off. And do I have more bobbins? Let's see. I do. And we're just going to use up what I got. I know it's white, but I don't know if it's cotton. We're just going to use it. At least I didn't run out that long ago. Aw, everybody saying goodnight to Judy. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so glad you guys are here. Like, it warms my heart. I sit there and start the music and then, you know, I see names start popping into the chat. It's so fantastic to have you guys here and chatty. Oh, okay. So yeah, the only one that I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with is probably that Velveteen one. I have no idea. I've never quilted. Oh, I don't even know that either. Nanette says, how big is quilt? I have the Velveteen. I have no idea. I think it's a bed size. They included a actual sheet from a bed, a flat sheet, for the backing. So I don't know if that's what I'm going to end up using, or if I'm going to sub in something else. And I think they're flexible on it, so I think I can if I need to sub something else in for the backing. But you know, I'll just stick to that same color and sub in cotton or something if I can. Let's see, what sounds amazing? Something sounds amazing. I have the quilt hand quilted because it was hand piece. I think I've been afraid of the hand binding because oh yeah, don't be afraid of the hand binding. The hand binding is not that bad. It definitely takes more time, but nothing that a few hours a night won't fix. But until you're off your weightlifting restrictions, you can't. Don't be wrestling with it. Do not be wrestling with it. That was part of my That was part of why I asked for help for binding, because I had 3 quilts that needed to be bound, and with me being on a weight restriction, by the time I go to pull quilts through the machine, then I'm going to be hitting my weight limits. All right, those are short strips. This is a long one. We are going for long ones now. So yeah, these are just going to get pressed and then go into this box. And when I get time, I'll cut. I'll cut squares. I will cut squares. Susan says that's what took the longest to do it all by hand. Yeah. Anything done all by hand is going to take longer than by machine, no matter what the project is. Yeah, don't be wrestling. Oh yeah, oversized queen. Yeah, no, you are not wrestling that. You would have to sit down, have somebody put that quilt in your lap with the exact section you need to work on right in front of you. And then when you are done with that section, that person needs to come help you move that quilt. That is too much to be wrestling with on a 10-pound weight limit. Way too much. 10 pounds. So here's a little physics lesson in case anybody was ever thinking that I didn't know a little bit about physics. I know a little bit about physics. Not enough. I'm not a physics professor, but I know a little bit. So if you sat a quilt on a scale, you weighed it, like with all of the batting and stitches and all the fabric in it. If you just sat it and weighed it on a quilt, and it weighed 10, if it weighed, let's just say it weighed 5 pounds. Once that quilt is in motion, it weighs more than 5 pounds. It's kind of like if you're on a swing. You might be, you know, let's say you're 150 pounds soaking wet, and you're sitting on a swing, that's fine. You start swinging, and you become more than 150 pounds. So same thing happens with quilts too. If you're trying to wrestle them through the machine or wrestle them over your lap to work on them, they're definitely heavier when you are having to have motion involved in the overall scheme of things. All right, let's see. Let's grab some different colors for a little bit. Let's see, it took me 3 days to hand stitch the binding to the back of Persian Pumpkins. It's a queen size quilt. Yeah. I've never completely hand stitched the binding. I have hand stitched to the back. Or yeah, like I've turned it, hand stitching it. But I've never completely hand stitched a binding myself. And I'm not that fast when it comes to stitching, and right now my fingers are actually split, so I would be horribly slow at it. My fingers split this time of year, and with me being off of all the meds I've been on for so long, they're splitting and bleeding and all that mess. So I'm doing everything I can to fix it. Oh, that's so sweet, Susan. She says she would be honored to do that for you, Laura. That's a very sweet offer. Very generous offer. It's very, very sweet. Can I send you one to hand? You with all your hand skills. I think I'm gonna see if I can get it on the frame because the quilt is 101, so I can get it on the frame. And if I can quilt 101 inches, then that'll kind of be my cutoff limit. So, I mean, I've got 120 inches of room, so if I can quilt up to 101, then I'll be able to quilt that quilt myself, and I would be super excited to do that. I've been wanting to quilt my Star Systems quilt for so long. I thought I was going to actually manhandle it through the long arm, and I don't think I can now. Just timing and everything else, and all the other mess going on in my life. Who does not have mess going on in their life? I know I have mess going on in my life. I think that is part of adulting, isn't it? Can we ever sign up for not adulting? Like, I'm not going to adult today. I'm going to goat. Like, I'm going to eat anything I want and headbutt anybody who upsets me. Like, are we allowed to do that? I've never hand stitched either. Not sure I know how. Would have to study YouTube University. Yeah. So I do. Okay, I will caveat this. I know how to hand stitch, like hand quilt, but I really, really stink at it. Really stink at it. Susan says that when she finished the 1914 handpiece quilt for her friend, felt I was honoring the maker of that quilt and treated it with love and care. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, if I had an antique quilt that needed that hand stitching, I would do it. I might say a few choice words along the way. I definitely have to invest in a better thimble. I'm not really happy with any of my thimbles yet. I've got a couple, and like one or two of them are kind of okay. Most of my hand stitching lately has been, oh, very cool, Kathy. She says that's such a great approach, Susan. Warms my heart. Yes, absolutely. Pick me for not adulting. Right? I'm not sure I want to adult most days. And even the days I do want to adult, it's not because it's fun, it's because I would feel accomplished for adulting. It takes time to get better at hand quilting. Yeah, that's what they kept telling me. I wasn't really interested in it then, and my interest in it has never grown. I think if I'm going to hand stitch anything, it's going to be cross stitching. Like, I have cross stitch projects, and I have one that I really want to see done, but it's going to take me a while to do, and I have other more pressing things to do than to hand stitch something just for myself. So, like, it's just gonna be on hold for a while. Let's see. I'll sign up for not adulting for a little while. Absolutely, Pam. You are joining the party. You are joining the party. Okay. Now, this this is Walmart Batik. And it's been pre-washed. This was in my son's quilt that he made for himself. And there's seams all up in it. So I'm just going to sew until I run over a seam, and we're just going to keep going. Like, we're just going to add it. Oh, let's see. Rita says that she loves hand quilting, but that is where she learned to sew, so it makes a big difference. I bet it does. I learned to hand sew when I was garment sewing, but my family, nobody else in my family is a quilter, so it's kind of a unique thing for me. Tammy, the excitement in your voice about your long arm is infectious. I'm so happy for you and can't wait to see what you do with it. I am so super excited. I am so super excited. I mean, I had just gotten a lot of it set up before I got sick. So as I've been sitting in the living room watching TV or watching YouTube or, whatever to bide my time while I'm recovering, I have been sitting there looking at the long like I'm facing the direction of the TV, but the long arm is in my periphery. And I want it to be going and ready. Like I am so excited. I want to get this stack of quilts done. Just I am excited. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So Beauty's going on the frame. So Beauty is out of commission for embroidery projects and everything else until I get enough quilts done that I can take Beauty off and use her for embroidery. Oh, and Nanette, I still need to look. Let's see. You were talking back in the late 1960s when I started at the age of 5 making my own clothes and then went to making quilts. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I started at like 6 or 7 learning how to sew. And I got to sew on a machine at my grandmother's, and then I got to sew by hand at home. So I took it. It was something I could do. Aside from playing with puzzles or Legos or dolls or whatever else I had. Would it be nice if we had a button, not adulting today? Oh my gosh, Laura. You have no idea how much I would just die to have a button like that. Like, okay, we need to have one that has not adulting today. And then we have one that says no seam ripping today. Like we totally need to have the no seam ripping today one. That could be what I have at the retreat. That could be a prize to win at the retreat, is a no seam ripping today button. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Pam agrees. Susan says, I watched my kid's great aunt hand piece and hand quilt and loved watching. I regret I didn't start quilting earlier than I did, so I love the whole creative process. Yeah, I had nobody to watch for hand piecing or sewing or any of that. All of my experience is in the garment world. So yeah, if it wasn't in the garment world, I didn't learn it from my family. Laura says she learned how to sew by hand and a treadle machine was 7 and 8. Oh my gosh. I've never sewn on a treadle. That would be a life experience that I have not yet had. I would love to have that experience, but I've not had it yet. I would go for that. I would go for that. That would be fantastic. All right, we're gonna pull this orange out. Let's see. Yep, learned sewing clothes on a treadle machine at age 7, says Nana. Oh gosh, I'd love a no seam ripping today button, right? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh my gosh, guys, do you remember those cooking shows? Daughter has a t-shirt that says nope, not today. I don't have that one. I have one, and I actually wore it to a social. It's a gray t-shirt, and it's got black words on it. And it says, thank you for leaving me alone. It's like, that's appropriate post-surgery. Thank you for leaving me alone. Oh, gosh. And some of this I may or may not get a full 4 inches out of. I think I'll get it, but it might be a little bit tighter than the others. So that's okay. We'll make it work. If it's a no seam ripping day, my project will be halted 30 minutes into the day. You'll get there, Cynthia. We all have those days, and we all started that way. I come from a line of seamstresses, but I am the first quilter. Yeah, I'm the first quilter at all. Now, one grandmother smocked and did heirloom sewing, like that kind of stuff. And then the other one did professional world, like garment construction for sale at J.C. Penney and such, like the high-end department store garment making. I hear somebody back here, and it's the puppy. Let's see. I inherited and have the treadle machine I learned on. Oh, that's fantastic, Laura. Susan says that her mother didn't quilt. She sewed clothes, not knitted, crochet, did needlepoint, and braided rugs. Was never around quilts until dating my first husband. You know what? Okay, so I did get a quilt gifted to me when I was a teenager. I painted the blocks, and then my grandmother that made clothes. Um, she made it into a quilt. I bet you the fabric is half polyester and it is badly, badly in need of repair. So it is not in the greatest of shapes. I may eventually repair it, but I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's princesses, and I did a horrible painting job. I had a t-shirt that said, warning, next mood swing 5 minutes. Oh, you're giving them a warning? That's cheating. You're not supposed to give anybody a warning that the mood swing is coming, right? Am I late on that one? No seam ripping day will just mean start a new project until the next day and go back. Yes, right? At least you give it a break for a day. You give yourself a break. Put my first treadle belt on a machine in 1976 when I broke my grandmother's playing around with it, says Holly. Oh, serves you right. Serves you right. Guys, I still have so much of this blue and purple mix, so I'm still sewing through it. We're just adding new fabrics and sewing something different with it. So yeah. You know what? I got 2 of that, don't I? Do I have 2 of that? I do have 2 of that. So one of this is going to here. Let's see. My early years were all garment sewing. Yeah, so were mine. I did not sew a single quilt until after my son was born in 2005. So in 2005 was my first, that means this year in December, when I made my first quilt, I will have been quilting exactly 20 years. Gosh. Golly. Okay. Grandfather called singer guy. Oh, that's very cool, Ollie. Let's see, like the t-shirt that says, if you have a seam ripper in my hand, now is not a good time, right? Absolutely. What are you doing, bud? He's doing a whole bunch of moving around. He's fussing at me. He's fussing at me. Yes, it is a good reason to have a lot of projects. You're absolutely right. Get frustrated with one, need to rip, set it aside. Oh, I know what it was. So, you know all those cooking shows where it's the novice that comes in and is cooking up the meal or whatever, but they have this panic button? Like cake shows have it, and I don't know if any of the Gordon Ramsay shows have it. I don't know. Don't quote me because I don't watch enough TV. I don't. I really just I don't. But on some of those shows, they've got like this panic button. So you hit the panic button and then you get like 3 minutes of help from somebody. Like, would that not be fantastic? We just need to have this like button on everybody's desk. And so, or everybody's sewing station. So if you press that button, somebody is designated to get up and come help. So it might not be who you want, but like we have like a team of experts ready to. Oh, good job. Yay. Okay. I apologize. This I need to send a response to. All right. Okay. Somebody made it home safe. Okay. That was good news. But yeah, we need to have like one of those button things at every sewing station. Everybody gets a bell or something. You ring that and somebody comes and helps you for 5 minutes. But they set an egg timer when they come. Panic, 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 panic. Right? I made my first quilt in 1999 from an Eleanor Burns book after watching her on PBS. I really didn't know much about Eleanor Burns until I went to Paducah. And that's kind of where I first learned about who she was and all that she did. Because I really didn't get to watch a lot of PBS either. Like No joke, guys. I did not have TV. Um, when I first moved to Alabama after having my son, or moved back to Alabama after having my son, we didn't get cable. We didn't get, I mean, we had a TV, but we had a VHS tape player and tapes, and we had DVD player and DVDs. And some of those were probably not legit, but they were, you know, I had them, so we watched them. Um, Sir, could you stop, please? Um, but I didn't, when I moved out by myself, away from my first husband, I didn't ever bother with TV. I don't think I had TV again after moving out of my parents' house. I don't think I had TV again. Um, Trying to remember. I think I might have had it in college, but I didn't even have a TV. I didn't even bother with the TV in college because it wasn't interesting to me. But I don't think after I moved out of my parents' house that I had TV again with cable until, gosh, so from '01 through 2010. I don't think I really even had TV. Like I had, like if I saw TV, it was somebody else's TV and it happened to be at their house or something. Like that was the only way I watched TV. I sewed a drawstring bag and home ec, then made a pair of shorts when I was 22, then sewed a cute sundress for a friend's daughter about 10 years ago. I've sewn summer blankets a lot, yeah. So I am actually planning to sew a summer blanket because our washing machine is so small. Our bed is a queen size, but when you add batting into a queen size quilt, or even, king size, then it gets really, really big and heavy, and my washer will not handle it. But it can handle queen size sheets. So I am going to make a queen size, with a little bit of drape. We're going to make a queen size bed cover, and it's going to be quilted, but it's going to be quilted with just the top and the backing, no batting, so that we can put that on the bed and, wash it every so often, like a little bit more frequently than we can currently wash our current quilts, to get the dog hair out. So my mom and grandma started quilting after I joined the Navy, so I learned from Eleanor Burns and Nancy Zeman. Oh, I love Nancy Zeman. I always thought she was so unique because of her disabilities. Like it just, like she always fascinated me. Like one of those, I don't want to call it a train wreck that you can't turn your head away from, but you know how kids are always drawn to the person that's different and they just want to watch them? That was me. I was totally that kid. Totally that kid. I am finally getting to the bottom of this blue. We'll finally have some other colors going again here in a minute. Let's see. My mom didn't do anything sewing, crocheting, or cooking. I learned everything from my grandma. She basically raised me. I don't blame you. We had a roof antenna to pick up stations when I was a kid. I think we might have had that too, but I didn't bother. Cynthia said that was about all she did before 4 or 5 years ago. Started helping my mom with her quilts. Oh, hey, nothing wrong with being a beginner. Nothing wrong. Birth mom did not know the difference between needle and thread. My dad's grandma, my great grandma, is the one that I learned from. My mom did, however, know how to make Italian food. So both of my grandmothers sewed. So my mom's mother is the one that taught me to sew. My dad's mom made my mom's wedding gown. And I have been told that my mom's wedding gown is on its way to me, to be able to be used in angel gowns. She's finally at the point where she wants to donate it. But my grandmother, one of my grandmothers made that dress, and the other one taught me to sew. And my mom knew how to sew, but she didn't enjoy it. Like, that was not her favorite thing to do. So we didn't spend a lot of time with her sewing. I mean, I sewed, I think, more during my growing up time than I ever watched my mom sew. Like, you know, I actually sewed more. Let's see, multi-part series on Nancy Zima. Oh, very cool. So sorry, guys. So sorry. We're 15 minutes to the end. Oh my gosh. I've got a lot done on this. We managed to get this up on the wall. And yeah, if you guys ever see me working on a project, if I tell you that it is for sale, this arrow quilt, by the way, will be for sale. If you tell me you want something that I am working on, if it is a potentially for sale project, I'll let you know that it is. That is absolutely fine. So if you ever comment that you want something to be for sale, just let me know. Just let me know. I mean, you still have to work with my timeline. You can't, like, demand it, like, next week, because I may not have it done next week. But if you have a special request with it, just let me know. Okay, that's all I got left of the blue. So we're going to hang on. Oh, yes, Kathy, you're fine. She says she's fading, ladies. Good night. Absolutely. Good night, Kathy. My maternal grandmother was a hat maker. My sister and I had one-of-a-kind hats every year. Oh, that's so special. That's very special. Having one-of-a-kind hats every time. That's fantastic. Ooh, that's a dark one. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll pair that. Let's see. Brings back nightmares making wedding gowns with all the bridesmaid outfits, all hand sewing with satin material. Oh, no. Okay. So, I made a wedding dress, wedding gown, and I made 4, count them, 4 bridesmaids dresses. I was the only person that I could measure. My bride sent me all the measurements for herself and the 3 other bridesmaids. And one of the bridesmaids decided to lose 100 pounds after her measurements were taken. So her dress actually fell off of her when I got there. And I didn't know at the time that I needed to haul my sewing machine with me. So, and that was about 20 years ago. That wedding was in 2006, I believe. So, yeah, almost 20 years ago. I've not made a wedding dress since. I do want to make another one. But I have not yet. I have to say I did learn how to make heavy-duty clothing for my dad, as he had 5 industrial brother machines in the upholstery shop. Yeah, my grandmother did have, the grandmother I learned to sew from, she had an industrial serger. Gosh, I loved that machine. She doesn't have that one anymore. It's gone. I don't know who has it or what, but it's gone. I am still supposed to get her Bernina as my inheritance from her. So we'll see if I still get the Bernina. But oh my gosh, I would love to. I would love to get that machine. Let's see. Do you have to say I did learn how to make it? Oh yeah, the heavy duty clothing. Yep. Alright. So I've got a lot extra hanging off of this one. So I'm going to cut it off so I don't just sew down it. One thing I've learned in doing this project is as long as these strips are fairly even, then I don't have a whole lot of extra waste, and I can sew that to something else and sew it together later. So I think I've got time for a couple more strips. How are you guys liking this? I've got a big pile. Who all saw the pile of fabric underneath my machine at my most recent sewing day? It was right before I got sick. Who all saw that? I did last minute alterations on my bridesmaids' dresses the night before the, oh gosh. I was at the wedding, or I came for the wedding, and delivered the bridesmaids' dresses, and one of the bridesmaid that the dress didn't fit, they had to do alterations the night before the wedding to get it to fit. Cynthia says she did not. It is in the Facebook group. It got posted. Somebody was taking pictures at the sewing day that we had, and I wasn't working on the project that the lady came to teach because I had other stuff I needed to work on. And I had a big pile of fabric from where I just continuously sewed like this. Just sewing down my stack of fabrics. I still have more to sew too. I am not done with that project. I got a lot more to go on it. Well, maybe I could work on that instead of this. I don't know. You saw that pile picture, Nanette. Love making wedding dresses, says Susie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a challenge. It is such a different mindset from quilting when you are working with satins like that. The very last wedding dress I ever made was back in '83, made out of European lace, sequins, and a whole lot of iridescent beads. Never again. Oh, one of my cousins, my grandmother made her wedding dress. Mine was bought. Mine was not made, or not homemade or whatever. My wedding dress needed a few alterations, but my grandmother made one of my cousins her wedding dress, and it had so many beads all over it. I remember sitting at my grandmother's house as she was working on hand beading the entire gown. Guys, no, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. There's a lot I will do for a wedding dress. That is not one of them. That is not one of them. Because, I mean, at some point you have to give up, you know? You can't just do all of it. You can't just do all of it. I've got these strips, and once all of this entire stack is sewn, so I will stop like here in a minute. Once we stop for the night, I'll stop on these strips, but I'll leave it on the machine. So when I come back to sit down and sew, this is what I'm picking up at. My wedding dress is the only thing my mom was not willing to make for me. My aunt made it for me. Oh, that's fantastic, Cynthia. I'm glad your aunt was willing to make it. It was a dress I made for myself, for my first ex. Never again am I making a wedding dress for anyone. Well, I'd like to do a vow renewal. And when Tom and I got married, we did not do a big wedding ceremony complete with a dress and all of that kind of thing. So I would love to do it. But there's this other gown that I kind of want to make first. And then I've got the salsa dress that I need to make too. My mom made my wedding dress. Treasure. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Susie. See, my mother-in-law, my mom's mother-in-law made her wedding dress. So, okay, so these, right now, I'm just sewing them together. So, once they become strip sets like these are just two strips sewn together. I'm going to cut them into 4-inch squares, and I will pair two 4-inch squares together and sew them as a half square triangle, and make a whole bunch of half square triangles with 4 different fabrics of batiks in the half square triangles. So that's what they're going into. So I just gotta sew a whole bunch of them together. Just gotta have a whole bunch. I think I counted. Oh gosh, how many do I think I said I needed 600 of these to make this quilt. The kind of sizing that I was looking at. Let's see. Yes, I wanted was all fabric, no beads or lace. 700 in stores, cost me 100 in fabric and notions. Oh yeah, making it absolutely can be significantly less expensive than buying. The gown that I really want to make, it's going to be expensive in fabric, and it's going to be expensive. Um, it's gonna be kind of pricey. Kind of pricey. Great way of getting rid of scraps of fabrics. Yeah, it is. It is. And these are, I mean, these are not necessarily scraps because they're 2.5-inch strips. Some of it was scraps. That's how it kind of got started. But, um, you know, it'll all come out in the wash when it comes down to it. And with the amount of variety of fabrics that are going into this, they're all batiks though. The amount of variety that's going into it, it's going to be a very visually interesting quilt. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. And this is probably going to be a lay it down on the kitchen floor and play things around, like move things around until I'm happy with it. So like I'll put together the arrows. Yeah, they are kind of scraps. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And this is something that you could definitely do with strips of different sizes too. And this is not what we're gonna do with the strip project. So before you get ahead of me, this is not our strip project for August. We are gonna do a strip project. You do not need necessarily 2.5-inch strips. All right, this one, yep, I'll go ahead and just cut it off because it's gonna cut off one way or the other. And I mean, all these pieces that are getting cut off, I'm just going to sew them together and make another strip out of it. And we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going with it. So like this one's a shorter one. So when I start sewing these others together, if they're long enough to do that, you know what? Let's do the short to the blue. Let me see. Layout on floor. I have lots of help moving blocks around. Yeah, you would definitely. You've got a lot of helpers, four-legged versions of the helping kind. So Pal doesn't typically try to help me, thankfully. I just lay it out on the floor and he's like, okay, fine. Mom's kicking me out. Oh, good night, Terry. Glad you were here for so long. Thank you. And guys, if you've not remembered to hit that thumbs up, please do so. Please do so. We're only going to be going like a few more minutes, so it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So as long as I can get, you know, a big enough piece to sew together again to make another strip, then that's what I'm going to do. Welcome in, Andrea. She says, better late than never. Absolutely. You've got it sunny. That's okay. That is okay. So what we've done tonight is, I'm going to call it, yeah, I'll call it on the machine for right now. Give the lady downstairs a break. So what we did is we put that, let's see. Let's take the camera off. There we go. We put the hexies together up on the wall. I am going to pull out some more reds and pinks and some white on whites. Yes, there's no instructions on how to sew it yet. You'll get those on April 25th. The instructions will come April 25th. You just need cutting instructions for right now. So that's what's on the community tab. So yeah, the cutting instructions for April freebie is what's available. The sewing instructions are not. No, she was hitting it with her cane, I think, previously. But this is her bedroom, you know, below me. So what's going to happen in the next couple of months, I'm looking to make sure we have all this done by mid-May, to move everything. I'm going to move out to the living room, and yep, have to wait more, Rita. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We're going to move my studio out into the living room, so I'm going to have more space. Oh no, you are not far. You are not behind at all. Cutting instructions is all that's out right now. Oh, thank you, Susan. You have a great night. Oh, you haven't started cutting yet. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, just cut. Just work on cutting. Take it at your pace. But so tonight we laid that up there. I'm going to get some more reds and pinks pulled out and get some more white on whites and make that a larger size quilt. This one, this is Batiks. This is going to be the Arrow quilt. If you guys don't remember that, that's okay. You guys will see it again. You guys will definitely see it again. I like working on this one. But we're going to move my sewing studio out to the living room. So I looked at the space earlier, and I will have about the same amount of space behind me that I currently have. And what I'm going to do is my design wall is going to go behind me when I move. So instead of having a design wall here, the design wall is going to be directly behind me. And I may have it movable where I can put it beside me as well. So that is possibly in the works as to what I'm going to do. I just got to see what is feasible, what's going to be what I can handle doing. Let's put it that way. So this design wall is coming down, and it is not going back up. It is fine for a design wall. It is not my favorite design wall. So it's coming down and it's not going back up. My shelving will all be beside me, and then I will have shelving in front of me to have my computer and monitor and be able to have my cameras hanging off of it. And I'll be able to reroute all of my camera equipment and actually do a stable setup so I don't have to keep moving everything all the time. I like being able to move things, but I need to be able to not have to move things. I'm also looking at doing a really big ironing board so that I can iron yardage and quilt backs without struggling. Yep. You can also find it in the community tab too. So if you are reading the chat, Rita just put the cutting instructions in the chat. And the truncated version, because YouTube doesn't let you put that many comment characters in the chat at one time, but the rest of it is on the community tab. So I think that's it for today. I think that is it. I think we've done well. We've gotten one quilt kind of planned out, what we're going to do next on it. Kind of have a direction to go with it and figure out what we want to do going forward with it. And then we got some progress on another quilt done. I'm not disappointed. Oh, absolutely, Cynthia. Yeah, I love it. I love this iron. Cynthia says she's gonna need a new iron soon. She wants one like mine. Yeah, this one. So the feet are up because I just picked it up. Oh, good night, Susie. Thank you for being here. And it does come in other colors too. And just register it. Just make sure you register it with Aliso. That's kind of been my claim to how I've managed to make it last so long, is just registering it with them. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I will get you guys a retreat link by Tuesday. I will also give you guys more information on the drawings coming up for May. So super chats are always welcome. You can always enter super chat giveaways. The next super chat giveaway will be in July. So you have until July to enter super chats to get to the super chat giveaway. Ah, that's fantastic, Cynthia. She said she'd never seen one like that until she started hanging out with us quilters. That's exactly how it works. That is exactly how it works. There is gear envy. Where will Tom be able to decorate for the holidays? I don't know yet. I don't know. We're gonna see. We'll figure out something because he's got to be able to decorate. Oh yes, absolutely, Pam. She says, "Good night, Tammy, and all. Have a great week." Thank you so much. Oh yay! Thank you, Laura. That's gonna get you into the next super chat giveaway. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do it in July because that's gonna give us a halfway point to getting to the October giveaway. So super chats are always welcome and get you those entries. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, guys. I'm gonna go get my meds and get in bed and get some sleep. Um, exactly right, Laura. Joyce beat you to it though. She was doing one. What was that? Friday? I think it was Friday. Yeah, she's jumping the gun, getting ahead of you guys. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not gone to go cut some fabric, put some needle and thread to fabric, go do that. Monday, it's hard enough as it is. Don't let Sunday night go without touching some fabric to welcome in your Monday. And I will see you guys Tuesday night, and we will have a lot of updates going on Tuesday. Yep. Absolutely, Laura. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate every last one of you. You are what make my world go round. And there's Susan trying to get in on it as well. Y'all have a great week as well, and I will see you